My friends, allow me to be direct. In this world, there are but two ways to live. Some men are simply defeated by life. They are pushed about by circumstances, caught in a storm of negative thoughts, and convinced their future has already been written for them. They see walls where others see doors and treat a temporary setback as a permanent failure. And then there are the others, the ones who stand tall. No matter what life may throw at them, they seem to possess an unbreakable spirit. They are the architects of their own reality. For them, obstacles become stepping stones, problems become advantages, and failures become lessons. The world does not happen to them, it responds to them. What if I were to tell you the greatest thing separating these two groups is not money, nor talent, nor luck? It is a force so powerful it can shape your reality, draw opportunities to you as if by a magnet, and build a fortress around your mind that negativity cannot possibly penetrate. After spending 2 decades studying history's most successful men, from Andrew Carnegie to Henry Ford, I have come to call this force a positive mental attitude, or PMA. But this is not merely about thinking happy thoughts. That is a shallow interpretation of a profound truth. This is about a systematic, disciplined practice of forging a mindset that is genuinely unbreakable. It is about the daily habits that tear down the architecture of negativity in your mind and replace it with a firm foundation for success. If you feel you are stuck in that first group, like a ship without a rudder, lost in a sea of doubt and fear, but you are ready to join the second, then you are in the right place. Stay with me, for by the end of our time together, you will not just understand the principles, you will possess an actionable blueprint to build an unbreakable, positive mental attitude for yourself, starting today. Before we can build anything, we must understand our materials. So what precisely is a positive mental attitude? I have often described it as an invisible talisman. Imagine you carry a small, powerful charm. One side, etched in gold, bears the letters PMA for positive mental attitude. The other side, in dull, leaden letters, has NMA for negative mental attitude. Every moment of every day you are choosing which side to show the world, and the world in turn responds to the side you present. When you hold up the PMA side, you begin to attract the things you desire: success, health, and opportunity. It acts like a magnet, drawing the resources, people, and circumstances you require to achieve your goals. It fills you with faith, courage, and enthusiasm. You begin to see the can-do part of every problem and act with confidence. But when you permit the NMA side to face out, you repel those very things. You attract poverty, sickness, and failure. You become a magnet for doubt, fear, and despair. You see only the obstacles and the reasons you cannot possibly succeed. This is not mysticism. It is a commentary on how your own mind works. Your dominant thoughts dictate your actions, and your actions create your results. Thoughts are indeed things, and when you mix them with purpose and persistence, they become forces that shape your destiny. Most people drift through life with their talisman flipped to the NMA side. They are addicted to mediocrity and are prisoners of their own negative thoughts. They complain about their circumstances, blame others for their failures, and settle for a life that is less than that of which they are capable. They are victims of their own minds. But a positive mental attitude is not a passive state. It is an active, dynamic, and disciplined choice. It is a skill you must cultivate daily, a mental muscle that needs to be exercised relentlessly. It is the conscious decision to take control of your mind, the one and only thing over which you have absolute control, and point it toward the life you want. To develop a PMA is to declare yourself the master of your own mind and therefore the master of your fate. It all begins with the understanding that you are not a victim of your thoughts, you are the creator of them. Your strength grows not from the absence of struggle, but from the struggle itself. Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. The person with a PMA does not just endure hardship, he uses it as fuel. This transformation is the most crucial step on the road to success. It is the foundation for everything else. But how does one build it? It starts not with wishful thinking, but with absolute clarity. One would not build a skyscraper without a blueprint. A ship does not set sail without a destination. In the journey of your life, that blueprint, that destination, is what I have termed your definite chief aim. This is the starting point of all great achievement. Without it, you are a drifter. You can be intelligent, talented, and hardworking, but without a single, clear, all-consuming purpose, your energy becomes scattered, your efforts are diluted, and you simply move aimlessly through life. A vague desire for success or happiness is not enough. Those are mere wishes, not aims. A definite chief aim is precise. It is a goal so clearly defined and so intensely desired that it becomes a burning obsession. It is the North Star that guides every decision you make and every action you take. The person with a definite chief aim no longer asks, "What should I do today?" He asks, "What can I do today to move closer to my definite chief aim?" This one question filters out all the non-essential activities, distractions, and negative influences that do not serve your purpose. It brings order to the chaos of daily life and focuses your power like a laser. So how do you establish your definite chief aim? I have laid out a simple but powerful formula. First, decide exactly what you desire. Be specific. Do not say, "I want more money." Say, "By January 1st, 5 years from this day, I will have in my possession $1 million, which will come to me in various amounts from time to time in the interim." Second, determine exactly what you will give in return for what you desire. There is no such reality as something for nothing. State what service you will render or what value you will create. Third, establish a definite date by which you intend to possess it. This creates a sense of urgency and turns your hope into a tangible plan. Fourth, create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once, whether you feel ready or not. Finally, and this is of utmost importance, write out a clear, concise statement of these 4 points: your aim, what you will give, the date, and your plan. This written statement is not merely a piece of paper. It is a contract with yourself. It is the physical form of your intangible desire, the blueprint for your new life. Having a definite chief aim is the anchor for your positive mental attitude. When doubt creeps in, you look to your aim. When fear attempts to paralyze you, you look to your aim. When others mock your ambition, you look to your aim. It is the source of your persistence and the engine of your initiative. Without this, trying to remain positive is like building a house on sand. It is your why that gives you the strength to endure any how. Now, with this foundation in place, let us erect the pillars. Let us examine the specific daily habits that will forge your mindset into an unbreakable fortress. A positive mental attitude is not born in a moment of inspiration. It is forged in the furnace of daily discipline. It is the sum of small, consistent actions that over time will literally rewire your brain. These 7 habits, which I have compiled over a lifetime of study, are the step-by-step methods to make it happen. Habit 1, the morning and evening ritual of autosuggestion. This is the cornerstone habit, the method by which you plant your definite chief aim deep into your subconscious mind. Autosuggestion simply means self-suggestion. It is the process of deliberately feeding your mind the thoughts you choose to hold. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is real and what you have imagined. It accepts as true whatever is repeated to it with faith and emotion. For most people, this happens on autopilot. They allow thoughts of fear and doubt to run rampant, and their subconscious diligently works to make that their reality. You must seize control. Here is the ritual. Take the written statement of your definite chief aim. Read it aloud twice a day, once upon waking and once just before you sleep. As you read it, you must see, feel, and believe you are already in possession of your goal. Merely repeating the words is not enough. You must charge them with emotion. Feel the excitement and gratitude of having already achieved it. When you read, "I will have in my possession $1 million," close your eyes and visualize it. Feel the security it brings. This is not a matter of lying to yourself. It is giving your subconscious mind a clear command. This daily ritual accomplishes two things. First, it keeps your purpose front and center, influencing your daily decisions. Second, it bypasses your skeptical conscious mind and plants your desire directly into the fertile soil of your subconscious. Over time, that seed will grow, and your subconscious will begin to feed you ideas, plans, and opportunities you would have otherwise missed. You must do this every single day without fail. It is non-negotiable. Habit 2, the daily mind conditioning ceremony. Just as you condition your body with physical exercise, you must condition your mind for positivity. Most people awaken and immediately surrender their minds to the news, to social media, or to letters full of other people's demands. They start their day reacting and on the defensive. The master of his own mind does the opposite. He seizes the first moments of the day to set a positive tone. This is your mind conditioning ceremony. It may be simple, but it must be consistent. I have suggested a peculiar but powerful practice. Start your day with 1 minute of hearty laughing, even if you must force it at first. Laughter literally changes your brain chemistry, releasing endorphins and relieving stress. It is nearly impossible to feel angry or anxious while you are laughing. It is what I call a pattern interrupt, which shifts you into a more positive state. After that, dedicate 15 to 30 minutes to absolute mental focus. During this time, refuse to dwell on anything you do not want. Instead, focus entirely on your desired outcomes. You may reflect on your definite chief aim, visualize your success, or simply hold a feeling of gratitude and power in your mind. Start each day by expressing gratitude for the challenges and failures you have experienced, and actively look for the seed of benefit they contained. Then give thanks for the blessings you expect to receive. This frames your entire day in the context of success. This process of taking deliberate control is the very essence of my philosophy. It is a choice, and I want you to make that choice right now. In the modern custom, go to the comments and write, "I choose positivity." By writing it, you are making a declaration, a commitment to yourself and to others that you are taking command. Do it now. I choose positivity. Habit 3, the Lincoln Method, extracting wisdom from your day. Your daily experiences, both good and ill, are your greatest source of growth. The average person simply allows these experiences to wash over him. The person building an unbreakable PMA actively mines his day for wisdom. As an example, I have often pointed to Abraham Lincoln's habit of daily reflection. At the end of each day, Mr. Lincoln would sit down and meticulously review what had happened. He would analyze his own actions, his successes, and his mistakes, extracting lessons from them and relating everything back to his larger purpose. This is a practice you can adopt. At the end of your day, take 15 minutes and ask yourself, what went well today? What contributed to that? What went poorly? What is the real lesson in that failure or friction? What did I learn today about myself, others, or my work? How can I use what I learned today to be more effective tomorrow? Did my actions today move me closer to my definite chief aim? This simple habit transforms your life from a series of random events into a continuous process of learning. It prevents you from making the same mistakes over and over again. Every day you become wiser and stronger. Habit 4, the discipline of controlled attention. In an age of constant distraction, the ability to control your attention is a superpower. It is the very core of self-discipline. Most people's attention is scattered, pulled in 1,000 directions by notifications, arguments, and gossip. Their mental energy is drained, leaving them overwhelmed and unproductive. To forge an unbreakable PMA, you must become the master of your attention. This requires both defense and offense. The defense is learning to say no. Build a fortress around your mind. Refuse to be drawn into pointless arguments. Ignore petty gossip and negativity. Limit your exposure to news and social media designed to provoke fear and outrage. You are protecting your most valuable asset, your mental state. The offense is the practice of focused concentration. Dedicate at least 10 minutes every day to pure, uninterrupted focus. Sit quietly and hold your mind on one subject, your definite chief aim. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently but firmly bring it back. This is mental weightlifting. Each time you bring your focus back, you strengthen your attention muscle. This discipline will spill over into every other part of your life. Habit 5, the habit of going the extra mile. One of the most powerful habits for building a PMA is that which I call going the extra mile. This is the habit of rendering more and better service than you are paid for. The person with a negative mental attitude does only what is required, if that. His motto is, they do not pay me enough to do that. This attitude traps him in mediocrity. The person building a PMA knows a secret. The real compensation for going the extra mile is not what you get, but what you become. When you consistently do more than is expected, you develop a reputation for excellence. You make yourself indispensable. But more importantly, you are conditioning your own mind for success by developing initiative and self-discipline. The law of increasing returns then comes into play. The value you put out comes back to you multiplied. Andrew Carnegie did not become a steel magnate by doing just enough to get by. Make it a daily habit to ask yourself, how can I go the extra mile today? This transforms your work from drudgery into an opportunity to express your best self. Habit 6, the alchemist's secret, finding the seed of equivalent benefit. Life will bring you adversity. That is not a possibility, it is a certainty. The difference between a fragile mindset and an unbreakable one lies in how you respond. The person with an NMA is crushed by defeat, but the person with a PMA knows the alchemist's secret, one of the most profound teachings of my philosophy. Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. That is not just a pleasant saying. I consider it a law of nature. Temporary defeat is not permanent failure. It is merely a detour, not a dead end. You must develop the daily habit of looking for this seed. When you face a setback, discipline your mind to immediately ask, what is the lesson here? Where is the opportunity? Thomas Edison, a man I studied, failed thousands of times before he perfected the incandescent light bulb. He saw each failure as a step forward. Henry Ford went through multiple bankruptcies, with each one teaching him lessons that made his ultimate success possible. So when something goes wrong, resist the urge to blame or complain. Instead, take out a piece of paper, write down the problem. Then, force yourself to list at least 5 potential benefits or lessons that could come from it. This simple act reframes the event in your mind and turns you from a victim into a student. Habit 7, the vow of silence, starving the negative. The final habit is just as much about what you do not do as what you do. To build a strong, positive mind, you must stop feeding the negative. This means you make a daily habit of stopping certain behaviors. Stop complaining. Complaining is focusing your energy on what is wrong. It reinforces a victim mentality and achieves nothing. When you feel the urge, catch yourself. Ask, what can I do to improve this? If the answer is nothing, accept it and move on. Stop gossiping. Engaging in gossip is a low-energy activity that breeds negativity and distrust. Make it a rule to only speak of others in a positive light. Comment on their good qualities and stay silent on their perceived flaws. You will find others begin to do the same for you. Stop arguing over unimportant subjects. Your mental energy is a precious, finite resource. Do not waste it on pointless debates designed to be divisive. Preserve it for the things that matter. By practicing this vow of silence, you are starving the parts of your brain that thrive on negativity. You create a mental vacuum that will be filled by the purposeful thoughts you are cultivating with the other 6 habits. No man achieves great success alone. A critical piece of maintaining an unbreakable PMA is your environment, specifically the people with whom you associate. I call this the Mastermind principle. A mastermind is 2 or more people who work in perfect harmony for the attainment of a definite purpose. Your mental attitude is the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with cynical, complaining people, their NMA will infect you and drag you down. Conversely, if you ally yourself with positive, success-oriented people, their PMA will lift you up. Their energy and ideas create a synergistic force that propels everyone forward. You must be ruthless in protecting your mental environment. This might mean distancing yourself from friends or even family whose negativity is holding you back. This is not cruelty, it is self-preservation. You cannot allow others to pour water on the fire of your ambition. Consciously seek out people who embody the qualities you wish to develop. Join groups, attend seminars, or create your own small accountability circle. Meet with your mastermind group regularly to share goals, challenges, and wins. The collective intelligence and support of a positive group is an unbeatable force. Knowledge is only potential power. It becomes real power when it is organized into plans of action and put into motion. You now have the knowledge. You have the 7 daily habits and the mastermind principle. It is time to make it real. An unbreakable PMA is not built overnight. It is the result of persistent action. Therefore, I challenge you to a 90-day PMA challenge. For the next 90 days, commit to practicing these habits every single day without excuse. Why 90 days? Because that is roughly how long it takes to unwire old negative neural pathways and forge new positive ones. It is the time it takes to turn a conscious practice into an unconscious habit. Here is your plan of action. Procure a journal. This will be your success log. Use it for your definite chief aim, your daily reflections, and for tracking your progress. Commit to the rituals. Every morning and night, perform the autosuggestion ritual. Every morning, complete your mind conditioning ceremony. Do it no matter how you feel. The action must come before the feeling. Practice the habits daily. Consciously practice controlled attention, going the extra mile, looking for the seed of benefit, and starving the negative. Track your progress. At the end of each week, write a summary in your journal. Note the changes in your thoughts, mood, and energy. You will be amazed at how quickly your world begins to change once your mind does. During these 90 days, you will face resistance. Your old habits will fight for their survival. You will have days you wish to give up. That is normal. It is the friction of growth. When you feel it, double down on your commitment. Read your definite chief aim with more emotion. Laugh with more gusto. Lean on your Mastermind alliance. We began by speaking of two ways to live, as the defeated or as the conqueror. The truth is, these are not fixed identities. They are choices you make every single day with the habits of your mind. You now have the blueprint, the same philosophy that has guided some of the greatest achievers in history. You have a definite chief aim to be your anchor. You have the 7 daily habits to build your mental fortress. And you understand the power of the Mastermind to multiply your efforts. The path is clear. The choice is yours. You can continue drifting, tossed about by the waves of circumstance, or you can decide right here and now to take the helm. You can become the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. Do not wait for a better time or until you feel ready. That day never comes. The power to change your world is not in your circumstances. It is in your decision and in your discipline. Write down your definite chief aim tonight. Start the mind conditioning ceremony tomorrow morning. Read your goal aloud with a burning desire for its achievement. Go the extra mile. Take control of your attention. This is your life. You have been given complete control over one thing, your own mind. Use this gift wisely. Forge for yourself an unbreakable, positive mental attitude, and you will not just achieve the success you desire, you will become the person you were always meant to be. The world makes way for the man who knows where he is going. If this message has resonated with you and you are ready to begin this journey, show your commitment. First, subscribe to this channel for more principles of success. Second, like this video to help spread this philosophy to others. And third, share this video with one person you know who has potential but is trapped by a negative mindset. Be the catalyst for their transformation. The journey begins now.